now what we're going to work on tonight is some Mondo. So Mondo is dialogue, question, answer, lecture. You know, it's like the thinking brain power of Judo. Okay, that's what we're going to work on tonight. So we're going to work on some things that I think every Judo person should know. Certainly every black belt should know this stuff. So you're learning it now while you're not black belts, so you can learn this stuff and absorb it and really understand it well. Okay, I think when you learn this kind of stuff, it'll help you understand Judo a whole lot better. Okay, some background in Judo. So what we're going to do tonight is work on some of the principles of Judo, of why and how Judo works. You know, it's like the formula for it. You know, the different formulas for Judo. These are the things that make it work. So we're going to start with the two big ones. Okay? We're going to start with the two principles of Judo, the primary principles of Judo. Okay? This is, and my Japanese is terrible. I can speak Judo but not Japanese. Some of you guys are studying it, so you'll do better than me. But Seiroku Zenyo. Now, what this means, this first, there are two of them here, 1, 2. This first one, Seiroku Zenyo, is you want to use your maximum efficient use of your energy. Okay, Professor Kano developed both these principles. Okay, from early jiu-jitsu his training, but when he was formulating the theory of Judo, why and how it should work, you know, he came upon these two right off. Okay, these were his thoughts, and they're based on old jiu-jitsu theory as well, but certainly he modified them and made them more efficient and more practical for what we do. And then what this phrase means here, Seiroku Zenyo, is to be the most efficient way of doing anything, to be the most pragmatic, practical way of doing something. You know, I'm going to look for the most effective way to do it and use my energy in the most effective way, efficient way to make it happen. Okay, so efficiency. He's like, you know, the original efficiency expert, Jigoro Kano. Okay, so but that's what that is, to be very efficient and do it in the most practical way, in the most efficient way that you get the highest rate of success. Okay, you want it to work all the time, so you got to practice it. Okay, so that's one thing. So the maximum efficient use of your energy. That's what Seiroku Zenyo means. Okay, maximum efficient use of your energy. Okay, the next one, Jita Kyoe, is like mutual welfare for everyone and benefit for everyone. Okay, so you're not just doing this for yourself. We are, in essence, we are enjoying Judo for ourselves. It's a wonderful activity. We get a lot out of it. But really, if we can be a better human being, okay, because Professor Kano didn't just want you to be a tough guy or a tough girl. He wanted you to be a better person, okay? And so the ultimate goal of Judo is to be, down here, we'll talk about this in a little bit, is to be a better human being. Good character development, good ethical training. You want to be a good person. And that's what this is about. So mutual welfare and do something for the benefit. So if you're skilled in something, you know, you want to share that. You know, I've been doing Judo a long time, and I'm pretty good at it, and I can teach it pretty good. So it's my responsibility to teach you. Okay, and that's what this is about. You know, mutual welfare and benefit for everyone. Okay, so we want everyone to benefit from what we're doing. Okay, and so he wants you to be a good part of society, a good part of culture. So the two main principles of Judo are Seiroku Zenyo, which means the most efficient use of your energy, okay, in the most effective means, and Jita Kyoe is mutual welfare and benefit for everyone. Okay, those are the two primary principles of Judo guiding what we do. Not just learn how to be a tough guy or tough gal. It is for the betterment of society, betterment of people. Okay, all right. That leads us into what Kano developed early on in the development of Judo. He says there are three primary, he called them cultures originally in one of his lectures. There are three cultures, but there are three methods of doing things, okay? And what Judo has is three separate things, okay? Rintai-ho, Shushin-ho, and Shobu-ho, okay? So let's come. Rintai-ho is doing Judo as physical education from an educational point of view. Okay, so I want to have a stronger body. You know, I want to be more intelligent. I want to use my efficiency, be very efficient in my use of my body and my efforts. Okay, so Ren Tai Ho is the physical education aspect of judo. Okay, so we start off with that because judo is really first and foremost a method of physical education, but also because of that, other things come into play. Okay, the other things are Shushin Ho. I think we spelled it for Shushin. Okay, Shushin Ho. And what that is character development. Be a better person. Here's what we're talking about, Chita Kyoe. Mutual welfare and benefit for everyone. Well, here's how we can train on Shushin Ho. Okay, that's character development. A better person. Okay. Right. And Shobu Ho is the third of the three cultures that Jigoro Kano developed. Was that learning how to fight. Shobu means to contest with someone, to fight someone. Okay, and it's either as in a sports situation or learning judo for self-defense. Okay, so that's what it means, either sport or self-defense. So Ren Tai Ho, judo is physical education. Shushin Ho is judo as mental, moral, ethical development, character development. Okay, and Shobu Ho is development of contest or fighting skills. Okay, it would be sport or self-defense. Okay, so those are the three things. So they tie in directly to the two main principles of judo. Okay. Now it's really important that you know these. And you live what you do. Okay. All right. Now, and to kind of wrap it up just in this, and then we'll get back to some practice. But there are 4 ways of actually practicing judo and doing judo. Okay. So there are four methods that Jigoro Kano developed. Now, I want you to understand, Jigoro Kano. Here's his photo. He started judo. He started jiu-jitsu training when he was like 17 or so. He was an older teenager. By the time he was 22, he was quite good at it. He was very serious in the study of jiu-jitsu. He studied 2 different systems of jiu-jitsu primarily, and Tenshin Shinryu and Kito-ryu. We'll study those later. We'll talk about those later. But so he actually he got teaching certificates in both those systems of jiu-jitsu. And so he was a bit of a prodigy, okay, and a very intelligent guy, so to say the least. So he developed, he saw what jiu-jitsu was missing. And one of the big things jiu-jitsu was missing was all this, why and how are we doing this? There was no organized way of saying, why should we be doing this thing? What's the point of doing this activity? And he said, there has to be a reason for things. Everything has to have a reason, and these are the reasons we do judo. So he put all these things together. It took time, but he developed all these methodologies, these systems of learning and training. So that's where he developed these 2 systems, these 2 principles that led to these 3 actual methods of carrying out those 2 principles. Okay, and to actual practice, he said, well, you just don't show up and just go crazy. There has to be a rhyme or reason why you're doing these things. Okay, so the first one is kata, or form. That means structured training. Okay, and in Kodokan Judo, there are 10 recognized kata, or forms, or sets of techniques. And they're actually specific exercises. You have a form of throwing, you have a form of grappling, you have self-defense forms. There are different reasons. There's a kata form for children to teach kids judo, younger kids. So there are different kata in judo. But also, it's all structured training. It's all structured learning. So like when we do a lot of drills, that are formal drills, we have a specific reason for it. Those are kata. Any type of structured training or form is kata. So when he introduced this, they've done kata jiu-jitsu for a long time to kind of, retain the techniques. They had the different scrolls, they write the techniques down and all that. But they also memorized the kata because those are the techniques of the different jiu-jitsu systems they used. Okay? And same with judo. But they said there's something more to that, because we'll do a lot of randori, which is free practice. We like to do free practice. That's fun. But he said you have to have kata and randori. They have to complement each other, because you can't do very well in randori if you don't know much judo. And where you learn judo is through your kata training, through your structured training. Showing up, structured practice like we have. Okay, that's what kata is, structure, form, structure. Randori is free practice. We like doing free practice. Good part of it. I always like doing randori myself. It's a lot of fun. You can use your own initiative, do things you like to try different things, new things, or try the things that really work, and work with different levels of people. So Randori, a lot of different types of Randori, and we use them, but that complements your kata. Kata is your structure and your training, your form training. Your Randori is your free practice. So you get structured practice, you get free practice. Okay, and they work with each other. Okay. Now we also have then another aspect of the development of a judo person is shiai. Shiai means to test yourself, to be tested. We generally mean that as a contest, a competition, a tournament. Okay, but you could also test yourself in many other ways too. You know, test yourself in how many times can I come to judo without missing practice? You know, that's a shiai. Test yourself in those ways. Okay, so always test yourself to see in more of a realistic situation. Think of this: kata, randori, and shiai like a football team. Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, they'll practice their plays on one day or during one practice. You know, form, structure. That's the kata. You know, the different players have different assignments that they work on, and that's what they learn their position. That's the kata training. Okay? And randori is when they scrimmage. You know, they scrimmage practices. You know, not every day, but you know, often. So they'll scrimmage with each other. And their shiai is within the team. Then shiai is when they play a team on Sunday. Okay, or a college football team plays a team on Saturday. That's their competition. So they have their structured training and practice, they have their scrimmages, and then they have their testing, their competition, to see how they do against another opponent who's equally matched or they want to win just as bad as the Chiefs do. Okay. Now, we also have what we're doing right now, Mondo. Mondo is a lecture, a dialogue, question and answer, chalk talk. It's how we convey things like this to our students. I'm using the principle of jiu-jitsu with you guys and gals because mutual welfare and benefit. I want you to get the benefit of learning judo. I think it's a great activity. It's a wonderful thing for me. I've been doing it 60 years. Okay. Anyway, no other questions? Think